What up, what up, what up, everyone? This is the Shorty Logic podcast. I am Shorty Logic, and here are my co-hosts.
How y'all doing? This was blessed. Hope everybody's doing well tonight.
What's good, everybody? This is Michelle in the building. Y'all know what it is.
So yeah, you know, every week we come with a banger every week, you know what I'm saying? So we got a good one tonight. The topic tonight is how do people overcome insecurities and what caused them? So this is going to hit everyone because everyone, no one is exempt from this because everyone have insecurities. Everyone. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump off with the first video.
To experience. Turns out you're feeling incredibly jealous and insecure. Okay, bummer, but here are 3 ways you can handle it in a healthy way. 1, stop shaming yourself, please. We all feel jealous and insecure sometimes. It's a normal human feeling to experience, you little turd. Feeling jealous and then heaping shame on top of it is just bad business. The first and most important thing you need to do is give yourself comfort and compassion. Talk to yourself as if you were talking to your best friend if they're feeling really insecure in their relationship too. Talk about it with your partner. I know, cringe, but also no, not cringe. It's a sweet and honest way to connect and allows your babe to validate your feelings and give reassurance. Just make sure you're talking about your emotional experience and not being accusatory. Instead of, babe, why do you always make me feel this way? Try, I'm getting overwhelmed with insecurity right now. Can you comfort me? 3, get curious about where it's coming from. Like, what triggers it, and is it attached to past relationships? And practice tolerating the uncomfortable feeling when it pops up. See if you can witness it without getting hijacked by it. Be like, oh, okay, there it is. It's trying to create a bunch of fearful beliefs. Interesting. And it also feels really tight in my chest. I'll try to relax and breathe into it. And then do that again every single time you feel jealous. It's super hard and uncomfy at first, but eventually you'll get the hang of it. That's what she said.
Wow. That was when I saw that, it was very comical and very interesting, you know, but I feel like that just like everything he was saying is perfectly fine and correct because there are many ways to overcome your insecurity. You just got to find your own.
Yeah, you do. You
I
do.
definitely agree.
Yeah, you got to recognize it and then, own it and then take steps forward to try to secure yourself from those insecurities.
Right. And see, I feel like sometimes people, the part about owning it, accountability. It's owning
it. Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
You got to own it. That's the whole point. But like we got a good like, the next couple of videos is it's about talking about the different types of insecurities. It's about what caused them, and then we also got 10 steps of how to overcome insecurities, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I did a little something.
You was ready tonight.
You're taking us to class tonight.
Okay. School us. Yes.
Right. So, so the first, anyone got anything to put to that first video before we go and step into this long show we got going on?
Definitely, I would like to say that I feel like everybody has insecurities. I don't care if you're a man, woman, short, tall, big. People think, oh, you're a big girl, you got insecurities. Well, yeah, but you little girl, you probably got some too. So at the end of the day, I don't care what size you are. Everybody has an insecurity. I don't care if it's your feet too big, your feet too little, your ass too small, your stomach too big. It don't matter. Everybody got an insecurity. Your feet are too small, your feet are too big. Who knows?
That part.
Everybody.
Sometimes your insecurities don't even have to be physical.
And this is true.
It don't.
It can be mental. It could just be. It could be anything. Anything can be an insecurity. So we all have them. We just all have to recognize them. We gotta learn how to deal with it, and we gotta walk through it, pray through it, whatever you gotta do. But just don't let that reflect on how you feel about somebody else, feel about yourself, because you got to be a number one player. You are your star player, so you got to love you better.
That's right.
MVP, baby.
There we go.
Yes, you gotta love you, because if you don't love you, nobody else will love you.
That part,
that's right.
So we're gonna get on getting this first video right here. This video here is talking about it's gonna tell you the 3 types. It's 3 types of insecurity, and it's going to go in detail, a short detail with all 3 of them. So we're gonna go ahead into it. So get your pencil and paper out, and everybody get their ears on.
Oh shit! Okay. All right.
3 types of insecurities. While everyone's insecurities are unique and linked to individual self-esteem issues, most fall into one of 3 categories: personal, professional, or relationship. Here's more on each type and how they manifest. 1. Personal insecurities. Personal insecurities describe the negative ways you view yourself, and perhaps believe others do, too. You may dislike your appearance or lifestyle, question your identity, or constantly compare yourself to others. Personal insecurities can also hide in your self-consciousness and push you to think the people around you are more intelligent, financially stable, or successful than you. That's not always the case. It might just be your self-doubt getting louder. 2. Professional insecurities. Professional insecurities reflect your fears about an inability to perform at work. Signs of insecurity may be neglecting opportunities to advance at the office because you don't believe in your skills, or self-sabotaging by procrastinating. Instead of taking a public speaking class to improve your presentation day jitters, for example, you might avoid getting up in front of groups altogether. 3. Relationship insecurities. People often fall into certain relationship attachment styles. Secure attachers enter relationships with good intentions, excellent emotional intelligence, and a willingness to communicate. They believe their partner has their best interests in mind and will love and support them. But insecure attachers, also known as anxious attachers, fear abandonment, even when their partner is consistently emotionally avoidable and present. Insecure partners may not believe themselves worthy of love and constantly seek affirmation. In turn, they can become irrationally jealous or try to control the other person to avoid losing them.
So what is y'all thoughts on those? Well, let's talk about the first one for personal insecurities. You know, the first line made me think. You know, basically it describes the negative way you think about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The
That's
first
the
line.
thing I picked up on. The way you view yourself. Because if you
Yeah.
view yourself negatively, everybody around you is going to view you the same way.
Yeah.
However you feel about yourself is how they're going to feel about you. If you walk around with your head down, guess what? Nobody's going to notice you because they feel like you don't have enough self-esteem to raise their head and look them in the eye. And I was always raised, you have to look people in the eye when you talk to them. That's a sign of respect.
Yeah.
So with that being said, when you're talking to someone, you're looking down at your feet or looking down everywhere but at them, they already see you have no security in yourself. You have nothing. That's the first sign of being insecure, is not to be able to look someone in their eye. A lot of people don't know that, but that's your first sign of being insecure.
Yep. Because I was talking the same thing. When you talking to somebody, look them directly in the eye, let them know you're serious about who you are, what your intention is, what your intentions is, and everything else. So
that's right.
You know, yeah. I think personal is such a big one for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think she nailed it right the way she placed it out: personal, professional, and then relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's the number one insecurity that everybody has, is a personal issue. And then when you have personal issues like that, people don't realize that they are deflecting that onto whoever they with sometimes.
For sure.
Or who they around.
Right.
And then it turns in from a personal issue to being a red flag, being toxic, things like that. So, it's just a trickle effect.
Yes.
Trickle effect. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because it's just like, end of the day, it's about yourself, what you think about yourself.
Exactly.
Think about yourself, but like you said, that shit you got to work on.
Yeah.
But that's you know everybody knows what they have to work on. You know what I'm saying? Even they want to say it out loud or say it to themselves. A lot, and crazy part, most people is afraid to say it to themselves.
Yeah.
A lot of people are afraid to address themselves. A lot of people are afraid to be alone. So, to have those type of insecurities, it would definitely be something that they fear, because they fear. So a lot of people fear to even be alone.
And I'm attesting to that, because hell, I'm still working on the whole insecurity about abandonment.
Yeah. So you have a relationship insecurity.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask y'all this: which one of these relate to you the most? The personal, professional, or the relationship insecurity?
Personal for me, personal and relationship.
Okay. What about you, Bless?
Me, I would have to say the personal.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I say the personal is because, like me, I've been working on my weight for a long time, and then I'll lose and gain and lose and gain. Then I'll look at myself, I get stressed out. But don't think I have low self-esteem. I'm far from that. But the whole thing about it is the insecurities I have. Like when I put on something, I don't like the way it look. I'm like, damn, is this how people see me? Because I know how I'm looking at me. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that way. That's personal for me. As far as being professional, I've never had an issue with professionalism at all. Like I'm like the #1 scholar in my job. I'm there. I'm talking about I'm present, and they know I'm present. And so with that being said, I've never had that type of issues. Relationship insecurity, I never really had that. I never had a relationship insecurity either. I can honestly say that, because I just feel like I'm very, very straightforward and honest about anything. I don't lie about anything. So that's probably my biggest issue, because if somebody asks me something, I'm gonna tell them.
Yeah.
That's just how I am. So I've never really had an issue with willingness to communicate in my relationship. So
I'm before you get to say, and I'm gonna change my. I'm gonna say all three for me.
Okay.
Because even professionally, you know, I'm very smart. I'm not a very smart person, and I learn real quick. But sometimes somebody told me I don't really I doubt myself a lot. You know, and things that I know I can do, sometimes I'm afraid to go for it. You know, so I can say I have issues, and I'm working on all three.
That's right. Well, whoever that
That's
was
so weird to me,
smart.
because you are so like hands-on with everything. It's like you would never think that you had that insecurity, because you dive in head first.
Head first. Head
Okay.
first. Yes, and I've always told him he has to actually have more faith in himself, because when I tell him, instead of doing the jobs he do, he can literally go out and probably be working at IT somewhere, because the man catches on like that.
Right.
Crazy. And I've been saying it forever.
Yeah. So I ain't gonna lie, I'm disappointed when you said professional, because I just don't see. I'm sorry, you very professional. Like, you very professional, and anything you set your mind to, you make it your duty to go over and beyond with it every time.
Okay, yeah.
He's
So,
getting
and that's me working. I've been working on that. You know what I'm saying? That's why
people
see
that off your list. I'm gonna X that off your list for you.
Yeah, because you're working towards it and you gotten better. You just gotta keep pushing forward.
So what you got, Miss Shu?
What's my insecurity?
No, what's the 3 out of 3?
That's what I'm saying. What's the personal, professional, or relationship? I'm gonna go with relationship. Okay. The reason I go with relationship is because of the process of what I went through growing up to now. I have grown a lot, and I have been working on those issues within a relationship. So for me, it's definitely relationship, because I all my life I had a trust issue. You know, I had a major trust issue with men, and so I am really learning to let go and just let it be God's will, because but you also, you know, we sit on this platform. We on here on Mondays and Wednesdays, and we talk about so many different things. And for me, I think what a lot of people really don't understand is, for me, I have really took this process in. I have really took this platform in. I have really learned a lot of tools being on this platform. Right. And I have put them to some personal use in my life. So when it comes to relationship, I have really learned to let go and let it be. Like, I was always the dominant person. I was always the person that needed to have that certain control, because as long as I had that certain control, then I knew that it was going to be in divine order. So I thought. But as time progressed, I've gotten to a space where I don't stress over it no more. I don't stress over it, because what's meant for me is meant for me, and what ain't will not be. For sure. And as far as the trust issue that I had, I've let that go to a certain degree. I still have a little bit left in me. I ain't gonna lie. I still have a little bit left in me, but I've let a lot of it release, and I feel better for it. Right. I feel better for it. I really do. Like, I feel a whole lot better for it, because in releasing it, I'm finding I'm finding happiness and peace and love. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Let's say everybody put Miss Shug, taking the podcast and taking what we put on here, information that we do, and that lets you know that we ain't out here just bullshit and we take in what we put out.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
So, I put it to use. Every show we have, there's things that I leave this platform and I think about after the show, and I'm just like, you know what? Because I'm not a person who want to sit up here and preach or talk. I try to convince somebody else something, and I haven't worked on it myself.
Right.
So for me, I try to take in what I've learned because we have different subjects every week, and sometimes it may be a subject that Shorty brings up, Bless bring up, I bring up, some of the other podcasters bring up, and that I had never thought about in my own personal space. I always preach about mirroring, taking the time to learn yourself, stand in the mirror, give yourself affirmations, things like that. And I put those to use as well for myself.
Right.
That's good.
So being that I do it, now I'm just like, hey, I'm happy. Like I'm happy. It feels good to relinquish some of that burden of feeling like you have to be the one to carry everything.
Right.
Fix everything. I have to do it this way. It has to be done my way. Because if it ain't done my way, then all hell will just break loose.
Right.
Plus I'm a Virgo, so we like things planned and in order. So to kind of release that stress, yeah.
Yeah. So the next one we gotta get to is what caused insecurity. It's gonna talk about some things about what caused insecurity. So we can go ahead into it.
What causes insecurity? Low self-esteem drives insecurity. You feel inadequate and incapable when you suffer from negative self-perception and a lack of confidence. But how does confidence plummet in the first place? External forces generally trigger people's self-esteem issues. Being subject to any of the following situations can cause long-term confidence damage. Harsh criticism from a parent or teacher. Receiving low grades at school or not getting your needs met in the classroom as a child. Relationships with manipulative or hurtful friends and partners. Not meeting goals you set and feeling like you failed. Medical circumstances that prevent you from living the way you please. Comparing your economic status and lifestyle with others. Setbacks, like not getting a job you wanted or going through a breakup.
So with me, like some of the goals that I set and I didn't meet, it sometimes can mess with me. Even growing up, some of the harsh things that my parents or grandparents have said to me, or even teachers doubted me. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a hard I'm gonna speak some real shit right quick. I had a hard time in high school, middle school. I had a hard time reading.
Yeah.
I really, really kind of taught myself to read. When I went into the service, I really started doing a lot of reading. So a lot of people don't know that, but I used to be timid and speaking out. Now I go dance in front of anyone, but going to speak in front of people, I had a hard time doing that. I was afraid because my reading was a real issue with me. But I had to teach I really taught myself for real.
Yeah.
So that's another thing why I deal with my son. We read all the time. So yeah, that's one of the things for me. Out of that, what is that touched y'all?
That right there for me, because I believe a lot of kids, their insecurities kick in school. Because kids are your harshest critics.
They
take exactly what's on their mind. They don't have no time. It comes with such an innocence, but at the same time, it's brutally honest because they don't have no filter. They haven't learned to filter yet. So because they haven't learned to, is such a downer for so many kids that there's some smart kids out here that want to learn. I just need that extra push, and they don't, because they're afraid to ask the questions in class because they don't want to appear to be stupid, because their peers say, yeah, you raise your hand in class and you did. So, you know what? I went through that in middle school. In middle school, it was like I love to learn. I've
Right.
always loved to learn. But my fear was to ask questions because if I asked a whole lot of questions, I was considered a nerd. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? And it's certain titles that you get. So I'm going with that one. That was like one thing
Okay.
for me because I hated math because I am a person who like to have details. Like I like to why this happens for this. And so I would be the one to ask a lot of questions because the way you may be teaching it, I don't grasp it. But if you give me blow by blow, I can understand it better and take
Right.
off with it. And so, being a person who asked a lot of questions was like, here she go, you know.
Yeah.
So that kind of made me insecure because it was like, I want to learn. Like, yeah, we in school, but y'all want to play around, but I want to learn.
That part.
Like, I want to learn.
That part. That part.
So I end up not graduating high school. I end up
Oh,
actually going
hey,
back
hold on.
and getting my GD.
One of our special guests joining in.
Oh,
Mr. Kelly.
Oh,
Hey, AKA yes sir. AKA yes sir.
Yes, sir.
AKA
Yes,
yes
sir.
sir. Yes
okay.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, AKA yes sir.
What's
What's going on, Miss? What's going on, the Potters and beautiful ladies and
going on?
and you two, short the beautiful people and you two, the beautiful people and you two. You know, I got to give it to the beautiful folk and you two. It's all good. And no, I'm messing with you, Jay. I'm messing with you.
You good? You good?
Man, look, it's always a blessing to be around beautiful folk, well-rounded, like-minded people that are just striving to be the best people they can be.
Amen.
I think this whole platform is giving people opportunity to be themselves in a space where it's okay to be yourself. It's
Yes.
Yes.
okay not to have it all together. It's
Right.
okay not to understand what the next move is going to be because now we got to figure it out. Because
Right.
adulting is adulting, whether you're 18 or you're 90.
That's
We
right.
all it's adulting.
Yes, it
And
is.
I was chiming in when y'all was talking about where if I came on here about children being mean or children doing things, whatever. I can say what was different for our age group for us, like the bullying.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So being bullied was more intentional. Now
Yes.
with the cyberbullying, it's intentional, but you have choices because you can turn it off. But you're so in tune now with the children and the millennial Gen Z and all these other folk
Right.
that
Mm-hmm.
that's their life, so they can't
Yeah.
turn it off.
Right.
Like for us, either you can ignore it or you can face it.
Mm-hmm.
In our age range, either you're going to actually get into a physical altercation or you're not.
Mm-hmm.
It
Right.
just depends because for us, ain't no running. Our parents, you're not gonna run for the bullet. Win, lose, or
Yeah.
draw.
Right. You
Win,
ain't
lose, or
lying.
draw. You gotta handle your business.
That's right.
That's right.
My mama, your daddy, they didn't raise no punk.
Mm.
Whether you
So
was
it.
a fighter or not, you,
Yep.
you know, you,
You
you,
gonna
you
face them, face
You
them.
was gonna learn today.
That's right.
absolutely.
You gonna
That's
learn
And,
right.
today,
it,
though.
and either you was
That's
gonna
right.
take that ass whooping or you was gonna
Forget
get
it.
one.
You won.
It is
Yep.
what it is. And
That's a
I
fact.
and I think that this service that was going on now with the generation right behind us and right behind them,
Mm-hmm.
they don't have that. They don't have. I think that I can say this because at my age, I think me for my age group, we have become that helicopter generation where I don't want anybody behind me to go through nothing that I did. So I got to protect them so they're not really able to face or deal
Mm-hmm.
with adversity.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But but
Mm-hmm.
but there's a real deal saying about adversity builds character.
Good
Yeah.
character.
For sure.
So
It does.
and a strong person has real deal character.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that all your friend group, think about all your friends that you got in real life. That you look at all the character traits in all your real deal friends.
Mm-hmm.
What do they have in common that's drawn you to them for years? Because I got some friends that I've been tight with the third grade. And I'm talking about them my partners. I love them. And they're not my friends, they're my brothers.
Yeah.
But like character type deal, like I know if I going through something, if I'm saying something, if I feel a way, if we fall out. Hey, I didn't get into a fist fight with two of them. And now 30-something years later, we're still good. You follow what I'm saying? And I think that sometimes I don't know if people understand the severity or the seriousness of what loyalty looks like. Because we use those words kind of tricky too now.
Mhm.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, because I'm saying like I don't want to be loyal to a fault where you're using me. You know what I'm saying? Or you're taking advantage of me. You follow me?
Right.
I think that I look at it that we can be all on the same page and we can all so look at this. So if me and you are on the same playing field and we're trying to be the best people that we can be, and you in my friend circle or my family circle, I don't see where I need to keep my guard up. Now, I gotta look at now. I'm gonna go a little deeper real fast. I know I'm gonna do a little bit. So a lot of times we talked about this on a few pods before, protecting our peace. So we want to protect our peace. We also want to be in a line with people that think and feel like we do too. And so now it comes a super slope about pissing people off. Well, I mean, well, you said this and you did this and you did that. Yeah, that's true. But on the flip side of that, I'm looking at this way, and I'll be done with this. I'm looking at this way. I think we can get in a comfort zone of wanting to have an understanding of accountability going both ways, and also understanding that I need you to treat me how I'm treating you. And that's simple. As far as in anything that's happening. Because even what's going on in the world right now, as far as the politics and um just generalize of violence and just crazy stuff. I want to be treated like I treat you.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair. You know,
But I will say this, Kelly, when
I'm
you
listening.
said, your friend group and things like that, they bring adversity to you. And the only way they're going to bring adversity to you is because sometimes you need somebody that is unbalanced
There you
to
go.
balance you.
You're right. You're right. Yeah.
Because because we also learn, like believe it or not,
You don't want
even
no
though
yes man. You don't want no yes man. No yes man.
you know
right,
that.
because everybody is different. Everybody's
Yeah.
different. But because they're different, it's something that you will see in them that will balance you out, because you'll say to yourself, and that's what I'm not going to do.
Right.
Mhm.
That's what I'm not going to do.
Right.
There's always a lesson that
In
comes in everything. And in that lesson comes a blessing. It gives you a better understanding of yourself,
Right.
because you see the opposite, and it helps you to balance. It helps you to balance to say, okay, I have this friend here, and they're like this is that. And when you have your own mindset, like you said, the strong ones, the ones who think alike, we have those opposite friends of us, but they
Yes.
balance us because they show us something that we're like, yeah, nah.
For sure. For sure.
It's like a reminder. It's like a reminder to yourself. Stay on the road you at, because you see what happened there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
So
sure. For sure.
yeah, so yeah.
Because you gotta have a yin and a yang. You gotta have it.
Got
You
to.
gotta have it.
True.
You gotta have a positive and a negative. You gotta have it.
Yes.
But you also gotta have somebody that will check your ass too. You got
That's
somebody that will
right.
check
That's
you.
right.
And,
Not too many people have that.
and I've been fortunate enough, a few people, to tell me straight out to my face, hey man, you out of line, you was wrong for that, you out of pocket. You should not have done it. Not you should have done something different. You should not have done that.
Right.
Right.
Not even give me alternative what I should have did. You shouldn't have done that.
Right.
And see, I think a lot of times when you give people options, they think, well, I was good because you give me an option about some other things, other scenarios about the same thing that I was doing anyway. If someone just stops you right there and say, no, you should have not done this. We're not going to talk about A, B, C, and D. Stop. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times that I think some people can't grasp that because they are so in tune or so into themselves that they can't see nothing around them. And once they get in a room with people and they see that, okay, I'm not here, or they might not even be capable. Let's go back. They might not be capable of that.
Yeah.
It might not be something that they have developed to be a part of a group to understand empathy and sympathy, or those things. Because sympathy and empathy are two different things. A lot of people kind of put those together.
Yes.
Sympathy is like, I'm sorry, it's something. Empathy is putting your place in that. You're putting yourself in a place of that person. Like you feel how they feel. And a lot of folk don't possess those things. They don't have it. And then they can be in our friend group. They can be in your friend group. They can be your family member. It can be your brother or sister. It can be your mom, auntie, whoever. They might not have those qualities that needed to possess to progress something as far as being in a helpful atmosphere, relationship, or whatever it may be. And those things, man, are worrisome as far as when it comes to children, because now you're passing it down to them. And now they the same, doing the same stuff. They acting out the same way 20, 15, 10 years later. And you're like, where'd they get that from? You mama, you daddy, you granny, they got it from y'all.
Cycle repeating itself.
Yes, there you go. There you go.
But
Our kids will teach us a lesson too. They will teach us where we should have been different, where we need to take accountability and say, and this, I've learned that when I did this, I should have handled that a different way, or whatever the case may be. I go through that all the time. I don't go through it as much now like I used to with my son, but I think back and I'm like, why didn't I do this with him? Or why didn't I do that? And I take accountability for it. Me and my son, we have conversations and I tell him, son, when you was going through, what I should have told you was this, and this. But I didn't know that to even teach you that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. There's no manual how to raise children. That's the whole thing right there. It's
it ain't no book. It ain't no book.
Ain't no book.
No.
Ain't none. So what we're about to get into now, y'all, is what I'm about to do is basically it's universal. It's it goes for anyone. I mean, I know it's millions and million ways to overcome insecurities, but these right here are just basically like the basic, for anyone can take. So we're gonna go one by one. We're gonna kind of talk about it, and then we go to the next. So here go the first one.
1. Confront your feelings. Instead of holding on to negative feelings about yourself or letting an experience, like criticism, damage your confidence, unpack what's going through your head. An excellent place to do this is in therapy. A qualified mental health professional like a doctor of psychology (PsyD) or licensed clinical social worker (LCSW) can guide the conversation and help you separate perceptions from reality. If a mental health professional isn't accessible to you, try journaling, interrogating your thoughts on the page. This activity can bring clarity and release the stress of daily life.
What's your input on the first one?
Real quick, Ed, are you over vaping or that Doja? I seen that. I seen that smoke. I didn't know what was going on. I was trying to figure out, man. I think it's Doja. I was trying to figure out Doja. I was trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying? I seen that smoke go across her face. I was like, wait a minute.
And when the
I'm
last
the
time
hitter
y'all
tonight,
heard
I'm the hitter tonight, Kelly, right?
Yeah, I've been saying, because I'm like, hey, look, it's all good, because if I could, listen, let's be clear. And I'm saying this out loud. If I could, I would. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, being clear. If I could, I would, but I can't and I ain't. I would if I could, I would.
So my time, but I am drug free.
So Miss Bless. So what is your input about confronting your feelings?
I think that's definitely the most important thing we can do is be accountable for our feelings and knowing how we feel. Because at the end of the day, I feel like it's just really our feelings are our own. Let's start there. And there's a reason we feel the way we feel. It could be jealousy, it could be envy, it could be a multitude of things of why you feel the way you feel. But you have to first realize that you feel that, why you feel that, and take accountability for feeling that way. Because at the end of the day, sometimes we put more emphasis on things than we have to in feelings. Because I could be feeling a certain way about a person, like we've spoke about before. I might not like somebody, but at the end of the day, I feel like, damn, if my friend is still dealing with that chick and I don't like her, then you know what I'm saying? It's all over the place with that.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I should not expect my friend to feel the way I feel because this person rubbed me the wrong way.
Right.
That's not her job to feel how I feel. That's my feelings. That's my personal issue. So with that being my personal issue, I can't project that onto someone else. So I have to be accountable for that feeling. And with me being accountable for that feeling, I could choose not to deal with that person. Or I could just talk to that person and put on your big girl panties and be like, hey, listen, let's talk. Let's have a moment and let me figure out why I feel that way. Because it might be something simple. It might be something that's just in my head.
Right.
Would it be bloomers?
No, we're bloomers.
You said big girl panties. You said big girl panties. I'm just saying.
It might be.
I'm saying blessed. I'm saying blessed. I'm just saying.
It could be boy shorts.
Big boy shorts. Big drop.
Tidy white? Do you have tidy whitey, sir?
No ma'am. Now look. If I did, hey, I'd be confident in my tighty whitey drawers.
I know it's real. I know it's real.
I'm just saying.
Well,
with my knee high socks and all that, you know. Do you have thigh high stockings?
So, Miss,
it might be a dog in a whip. Who knows?
So look, she's fanning. That's how. And when you're in church, you got a fan. Go ahead, Jay. I got it. I'm messing with you.
That was funny. So, what is your input about confronting your feelings?
One thing I want to say. Therapy is great. When I say therapy,
absolutely.
Never be afraid to seek therapy. It is great because I know that there is a fear, especially in our culture, there is a fear of therapy. And the reason why I say that is because I was one who feared therapy. But what I came to realize was that sometimes you need a person because we instantly have an intimidation to talk to our friends and family because they know us, but they also judge us. Even just looking at us, we feel judged by them. So to have therapy, somebody who don't know you, who you can really just unleash the beast in you out and not be judged, trust me, it relieves so much pressure and stress. So I am one who is for therapy.
I'm definitely down for therapy. Well,
for sure.
Mr. Yes, sir. What is your input on?
It talked about insecurities. So it's an insecurity. So man, that can go so many different ways.
It can.
Because I think we mask our insecurities in so many different aspects of our life that sometimes we act out in anger. We act out in humor, in comedy. We act out and just being mean, or we just act out and just being numb and not saying anything. Because I tell you, silence sometimes is the worst thing ever when it comes to stuff. Like when someone's not saying nothing, Man, that bothers me because I'm a talker. I don't know if y'all been noticing our whole
Oh yeah,
relationship,
we
man.
know this, Kelly. We
Yeah,
know
We
this.
I
man,
tell
We
you
know
bro.
this,
straight up.
Kelly.
Hey,
We
look,
know this.
I don't care if you're fat, skinny, white, black, orange, pink, gay, straight. I don't care. I'm gonna find something that we're gonna be able to rap about at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at it this way: overcoming your insecurities is finding out what you're really insecure about.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the
Of
first
course.
It's
thing.
facing yourself.
Yes,
Face yourself.
knowing what you're insecure about first
Mm-hmm.
is the key. And I say this because they were saying like G.I. Joe, knowing is half the battle. Remember that cartoon when we was
Yeah.
growing up?
Mm-hmm.
So you already know something if you already know what the problem is. You don't know what the solution is, but you know what the
Right.
problem is.
Right.
So if I'm dealing with and being insecure, I know that's my problem.
Mm-hmm.
Some people insecurity can just be that I just don't feel comfortable around people, period. And that's a norm. Some people's insecurity is that I have to make someone feel terrible to make me feel secure.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning that I
Yeah.
gotta lash out, I gotta say something, I gotta do something, I gotta make you feel a way
Yeah.
for me to feel secure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We just talked about
And
this on a late night podcast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it. I said, look, bless you, bless you for sure. I ain't miss one anyway. So what I was saying, we'll give her later on. So cause she ain't on some points. I can bring up she been on some points. I ain't go front, she did. But she
Y'all gonna
did.
quit coming for me. We gotta roll up our sleep.
Hey,
It's
look, so look,
okay,
so
Gwen.
look.
Tonight's our night. It's okay.
So how about this? How about it, Jay? I get us to fight on the Legion. We get the rally. I know they fight a rally. We get that. I
Yeah.
got the fight. I got look. I already did the prices. Look, the
Now
Jade.
come on.
We come, and you putting us up and you cooking, Negro, for all of us.
Always shook. That ain't nothing new. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Come on.
so we're there. So I already looked at the flight. So I know how to rally. We know how to get to rally, Negroes. It's all good.
Come on the
Yeah,
ride.
I already looked at the flights. So the crew, so we can do a live show in your house, Negro, and
Let's
you
do
gonna
it.
cook and put us up. And I'm saying I want a good blanket and some sheets and a pillow. Anyway,
Let's
so
do it.
like I was saying, I don't want no cot. I want a good blanket sheet. So what I was
Okay.
saying was, let me get back what I was saying because I was distracted by Raleigh.
Because we
Anyway,
digress.
look, as I digress, as I'm digressing, if you will. Um, we just got we just got to look at all those points where people outside factors are dealing with our mental. Because
Yeah.
if it's like Ebony Miss Bliss said, the therapy part, the therapy piece, or the mental piece, we got to look at our whole being of what we want to be in totality of going forward in a space where it's healthy. Because we don't want to be in a space where it's unhealthy.
Right.
Being insecure is unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
And on any part, it's unhealthy because you're going to lash out and do something that is not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone can help you on a therapeutic way for therapy, or you can just actually have a self-talk, which for me, them affirmations that people talk about, they put those stickers on your mirror when you wake up every
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
morning. I am this. I am that. A
Yeah.
lot of people think it's corny. I promise you, it's not.
It
It
works.
really
It
ain't. Yeah.
works. I'm telling you, for someone who has done it, it works.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Today, I'm going to be this. Today,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to be this. I'm going to do this. I'm telling you.
You gotta
Right.
It's
claim
just
it.
like
Yeah.
journaling. Journaling's really good too.
Yeah.
Yes, but
That is good too.
if you speak it into existence, I promise you, it's
Exactly.
going to work.
It's
But
true.
you got to believe it. You got
Right.
to
You
believe
got
it.
to.
Right.
Nobody else can believe it for you. You got to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I've ever done in my life, for like political stuff, running for office, union press, all the stuff I've ever done in my life, people have said, man, you can't. No, man, I don't care what you say.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it. I do.
That's
and it
right.
came to
Telling me
fruition.
I can't is motivation for me. It's like, because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a competitive person, so telling me I can't is motivation for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I
It's
ain't even
motivation.
saying I like that piece, but that's not even for me. My thing is, I believe I can.
Exactly.
I'm not in the fight or to be competitive. I believe. Why not me? Why not
Right.
you, Jay? Why not you? Why not us? Oh, why not us? Why
Right.
Yes.
not?
Right.
Why
Right.
not?
We
You're
have
right.
faith in everything
Why
else, and
not?
we put things into and we pour into everybody else.
Right.
Why
But
is it
yourself.
you're
Why
not
not
pouring
me?
into
Why
yourself?
not me?
Right.
Why not me?
Well, well,
I'm
well,
just saying. Why? My thing. Why not things that work out for other folks is not going to happen for me? Why not?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a
Right.
true believer in Jesus Christ. I'm a true believer in faith. I'm a true believer that if what God has for me is for me,
That's for
why
me.
can
Right.
it not happen for me?
That's right.
Right.
Why can't I happen for you? And
right.
you, everybody's right here right now. Why not?
Why
Right.
And when
not?
it and when and
Everybody in
when
the comments
it
put why
does,
not yourself? Why not?
right? And
Mhm.
then
That's
when it does happen, I'm not worried about the haters. I'm not worried about the
Mhm.
naysayers. I'm not worried
mhm.
about nobody else. Because you know what? I already knew this is for me.
Mhm.
This is for
Right.
Yeah,
me.
And with
that's
that
right.
being said, we go on to the second one because we got a lot to get through.
Man, how many you got, man? How many you got? Who-
2. Set achievable goals. When you set realistic goals, you allow yourself to grow and feel empowered. But if you aim for outlandish ones, you'll feel frustrated when you don't reach them. Use the SMART goals model to set your sights on specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound objectives. Then, create an action plan to reach goals, working toward them with structure and intention.
So with that right there is basically my thing that hits me is, when you set realistic goals and you allow yourself to grow and feel empowering. So that's that. I like that first sentence on its own.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I think a lot of people don't deal with reality in their own real world,
Yeah.
and they
Right.
live in a they live in a fantasy of what they're dealing with, whether it be their job, their family, their children, or just life in general. Uh, I think, man, what's great for us that we got a true dose of someone giving you a dose of reality what life is going to be, and I
Mhm.
think that's why us four right now are surviving and thriving at some points, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
surviving because we got an opportunity for someone to say, hey, they set us down as a little girl and little boys to say, hey, X, Y, and Z. Whether it might be a little different because mama, daddy, for some of us might not be mama, daddy, might be some other folks, might have been whatever. For me, mom and daddy, grandparents. My parents are still together, 50, almost 60 years. Both my grandmothers, they lived for a long time. My grandfather, so I got an opportunity to get some stuff and learn how to cook and take care of stuff for myself. Like, man, what are you going to cook? I said, my grandmother and my father, not my mother, my father.
Mhm.
Like, like stuff. Like, if y'all go on my Facebook, you know what I'm saying, the holidays, y'all see I do smoke the turkeys and fry. And, you know, I'm that man when it comes to certain stuff, if you will.
Yeah.
If you will, it is what it
You
is. You know,
are a jive turkey.
sometimes you got to toot your own horn. You got to toot your own horn, you know.
Yeah,
And,
you're a jive turkey, Kelly, for sure.
yeah, for sure. And when we get down around, we're gonna make sure that she have us a grill and have us ready when we get down there. Because I'm saying that's gonna be a thing. Because I'm sick of, and all serious, I've been looking at flights. I've been looking.
But
Because I was just thinking when I found you living there, I was like, man, that's a cheap, that's a Legion, all these little cheap airline. We can get down there to do a little, you know what I'm saying? We can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, but now again, Negro, we already talking going. Don't be getting down that time, but you ain't got no blankets and sheets for us, Negro. That's all I'm saying. We over making plans, you ain't got no sheets for us. Because we
We
talking
playing
about
it up anyway. We ready. Come on.
because Lamont is coming too. Because I didn't inbox him. I don't know
Oh
about
hell.
I don't know about the other partner. I don't know about the partner because she as Ebony got to talk to the other partner. You got to talk to her. We got to deal with her. We don't know. We might have.
To the subject.
We might have. We might have a
Hey,
con-
I gotta go to the next one, y'all.
Hey, look. You see how I went left. I went left. Go ahead.
I go to the next one.
Hey, look.
3. Prepare yourself for setbacks. Setbacks are part of life. A loving friendship can morph into a toxic relationship. A small repair can lead to a financial setback. And even if you're a very qualified candidate, you might not get your dream job. These situations happen to everyone, but you don't have to let them drive negative self-perceptions. For instance, instead of feeling insecure about your job search ability, you can remind yourself that you made an excellent effort in the interview process and have powerful skills that'll help you score another great role.
Now, only thing I gotta say for that one is, and I think this is an issue with a lot of people, just for the title alone. Preparing people don't prepare for setbacks because you're gonna have setbacks in life. That's just part of life. You're gonna have
That's
setbacks.
life.
It's just how you, if you get setback, it's all about how you get up and move from that setback. That's just all I gotta say for that one.
Your setback is preparing you for the come up.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And people really just got to understand another thing. Everybody has setbacks. That's awareness to let you know you're not alone.
Yeah.
This is not just happening to you.
Right.
This is a cycle that everybody processes life through. You will have a setback. Yes, 1, 2, maybe even 3. But it doesn't mean that you're a failure. It doesn't mean that you won't reach your goal.
right.
Because if it just get handed to you, you ain't gonna learn no lessons along the way.
Exactly.
You won't learn. It'll make you stronger. It'll build your character more. Like Kelly said, the adversity of it. That is all a part of that setback.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that could be God preparing you for something better.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And we got 7 more videos to get through. Cause we don't get through these 10, goddamn it.
Wait. Hey, Jay, we might want to do 2 or 3, man. That's no 7, man.
Look at here.
We already been on for hours.
That's why I'm going to say you already the hour ball. You want to do you want to do this? You want to do 3 too?
We're going over.
Well, hurry up, go.
Lord have mercy.
Run them back to back. Hell.
4. Embrace yourself as you are. No one is good at everything. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses, and that doesn't make them any less worthy of love and respect. Write affirmations highlighting your talents like, I'm an excellent writer, or, I'm a really kind person, and acknowledge areas of opportunity, like needing to polish your public speaking skills. Remind yourself, too, that you don't need to always excel. If math doesn't come naturally and you don't feel a passion to learn it, there's no need to put pressure on yourself to develop this skill. 5. Challenge your negative thoughts. Negative thoughts often don't align with reality. Perhaps you carry the misconception that a colleague doesn't like you, or a hurtful comment a teacher made years ago continues to echo in your head. These scenarios don't reflect your value, and your mind may have blown them out of proportion. Instead, try talking to yourself as a third party, like a friend, and putting the negative thoughts in perspective. 6. Surround yourself with encouraging people. Certain friends, colleagues, and family members see your talent and enjoy cheering you on. Keep these people close. When you're struggling with insecurities, they can act as sounding boards and motivators to remind you how wonderful you are. 7. Listen to other people's stories about overcoming insecurities. Tune into podcasts or read inspiring books about people who've overcome insecurities and succeeded. Knowing that talented, successful people have been in the same place and struggled with misconceptions about themselves can put your own insecurities in perspective. If presidents and CEOs suffer from and combat low self-worth, anyone can. 8. Try new things. Take a class, learn a new skill, or travel. Expanding your knowledge and seeing that you can become an expert in French or painting reaffirms your capacity for growth. Plus, you may connect with others in the process, watching like-minded people take on and overcome the same challenges as you. 9. Let go of people and situations that fuel your insecurities. Perhaps you work in a toxic environment or notice red flags in a friend or partner. You may find that a person or place pushes on your insecurities, bringing you down. It could be time to take a step back and protect your mental health. A therapist can discuss your concerns and help you determine what parts of your personal and professional lives serve you well and where you should set boundaries. 10. Stop comparing yourself. Comparing yourself to others is one of the core reasons many people have a negative self-image. You may see friends achieve financial goals, find supportive partners, or get professional recognition before you do and feel you're falling behind. But remember, everyone works at their own pace and is on a unique path to success. Celebrate your wins without measuring whether they're bigger or smaller than those of your friends.
That's all of them right there.
Celebrate your wins without worrying about if your friends, family, whoever like it or not.
Right.
Look, I just wrote it down. I just wrote
and try new things.
Yes, try new things.
Stop
That
comparing
is a great
yourself.
thing. That is a great thing. Trying new things, stepping out of your comfort zone in your box.
Yes.
that part.
And it's definitely stop comparing yourself, to others for what they got going on, or just because they might do a little better than you, because you'll get there. You just got to apply yourself.
Yeah. Right. And everybody goes at their own pace.
Own pace.
You
Stop
are
looking for
not.
reassurance in the wrong people.
You are not them, and they not you.
That's right.
You're not them. They're not you.
Yeah,
it's simple.
Right.
They're not.
That simple.
It's that simple. They're not you. And so, sometimes, man, I think we overthink shit. We overthink stuff.
We do.
We overthink stuff. I think that, man. So what, man? I don't. Man, look.
You can lose out on life overthinking stuff.
Man, I think I've missed out on a lot of stuff. I probably could have done a little bit different in life, and maybe at one God's path for me or whatever it is that I might have messed up because I thought about, well, man, I should have done this or I should have done this, and my brain this locked all the way up, and it blocked. I think my own blessing. I think that it stopped my own thing to be further along to where I could have been, even to where the point where I am now. You find what I'm saying? And I think we do that because we always, I tell you this, and we all heard this, get out of your own way.
Yes. Your own way.
Get out of your own way.
Yes.
And man, I'm a victim of this multiple times in my life. I've been in my own way numerous times. My own thought process, my own thinking in my own way. I did it. I wasn't no hater, wasn't nobody out there. It was me.
Yeah.
Weren't thinking that I should have did this, that, and the third. Or thinking that somebody did that, and the third. Or something that wasn't even happening. And it wasn't. You find what I'm saying?
Just because it could happen.
Yeah, there you go. Because even the perspective of somebody else. You find what I'm saying? That could have happened to me. That crept into my mind. Or he or she or they or this or them or they. So now I'm thinking about all the goofy stuff that blocked me from what I was trying. That was already in play for me. It was already in play for me. I did it to myself, and I think on those a couple of those things that what they were saying was a lot of times self-awareness is for real.
Yes,
being self-aware of stuff. You know what I mean? Because if I don't understand about what self-awareness is, or understand boundaries or other things, I'm going to end up being in the same space and being miserable right now, and with those other people, and they're just gonna be just as miserable as me. And now I'm looking at them like, man, I could did something different.
Talking about
I
your
could
woulda and coulda.
Right.
right. I could just, man, if was the fifth, we all be drunk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of
retrained my thought process. I retrained my thought. One thing I said to myself was, stop putting off what you want to do today. Stop putting it off for tomorrow,
there you
because
go, there you go,
that
there
then
you
it's going
go.
to lead to another day. It's going to lead to another day. It's going to lead to another day, and you're going to get in the space and place where you're not doing shit, and you're thinking, well, damn, why didn't I do this? Because you kept telling yourself it was okay to put
Yes,
it off till tomorrow,
yes,
Right.
and the next
yes,
day, and the next
yes.
day, and the next day.
You're
And if
right.
you
You're right.
reprogram your thought and you say, hell with that. What I could do tomorrow, I could do right now.
You're not
Yeah,
even
Yeah.
No
promised tomorrow.
regrets. Do
Yeah.
it right now for me.
for sure, for sure,
For me.
Mm-hmm.
for
That's
sure,
what I want to do. And that's what I'm
for
going to
sure.
do.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
at the end of the day, we coming to the end. Everyone, end of the day, challenge your negative thoughts.
Yes.
Confront.
Challenge yourself.
All you gotta do, confront the negative feelings you have of yourself, and then talk to someone. Like you said, therapy is always good. Someone that don't knows you can make understand what you're going through. You
And
don't.
I piggyback off that. So we also want to challenge negative thoughts. Don't let them overtake your brain, overtake
Right.
your thought process.
Right.
We don't want those thoughts to make you do or think something that is not healthy for you.
Right.
We're
Mm-hmm.
going to fight against those things. We're going to fight
Right.
against those principalities. We're going to fight against all that negativity. Because I tell you, it's unhealthy. And I'm telling you, we can win on the other side of it. You got to believe that you can. I know it. I'm telling you, I'm a living witness, man.
Hell
That
yeah. Hold on to negative and jump
nobody,
on the positive.
I'm a living witness, man, that if you believe it, you can achieve it. I know it sounds cheesy and corny, but it's for real, man. I'm telling you.
It is. It
I'm
is.
telling you, man. I'm telling you, because whatever people doubt said certain things, you cannot do. Like Jay, you talking about reading all this stuff. Look where you're at right now, bro. Look where you're right now. So, and look, I'm gonna say this, and I'll be honest. You don't have to keep bringing it up. You don't need to bring it up no more. That's fine. Because you have conquered that. That's fine. What I'm saying is, we all have overcome something that people had place of things that said that we could not do.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
On the screen right now. All four of us,
Oh
someone
yeah.
has told you to your face,
Yep.
never hang your back, to your
Yep.
face and said, you can't do X, Y, and Z.
Sure
I
did.
know it. I
Sure did.
know it. I know it. And
And I
I
almost
ain't
jumped over that counter at McDonald's on her ass when she did.
and nobody here can tell me nothing different. And nobody here can say that I don't believe in everybody that's on the screen right now. That I know that it will come something that someone said they can't do. You follow what I'm saying? So I don't need a hero story from somebody else's life. I don't
Right.
need what you did, or what you didn't do, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I live in reality. I don't
That's
live
right.
in. I live in reality. Now I tell you this: I'm not an optimistic person. I'm not optimistic. I'm not pessimistic. I'm realistic.
Yeah.
I live in reality.
That's
Right.
right.
So optimism or being optimistic is you in your mind that all things and things are possible. All this. This is not who I am. I gotta be honest. That's who I am.
Okay.
Pessimistic is just being negative about everything. I can't be, but I can't be that person. Because God done done too
Me
much
neither.
for me. He done done too much for me. I can't do that.
Yep.
But being in reality, being realistic, and right now, where we're right now, all of us right now, we live in the real world. We understand what reality is.
Right.
And we understand that what we put into it, we get out of.
That's right.
What we put in, we get out. And the outside forces is going to be what they're going to be. But what we put in, we're going to get out.
That's
Now,
right.
all I can do is my part. All I can do. All of us. All I can do is my part. And, and I think if I do my best, because that's all I can do is my best.
Right.
Yep.
if my best is not good enough, then it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's I'm leaving it there.
With that being said, yo, make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe to our pages. And definitely tune in Wednesday for Ladies Night. And
Man,
the
it's gonna be something else on Ladies Night. I'm telling you, they got something special. I'll tell you, the beautiful ladies of the Show the Logic podcast, man, they are amazing. Please tune in because they are off the chain.
And they are. With that being said, yo, we out of here. Jurgen.